butchering day today. It is a cold and windy day here in southeastern Pennsylvania, but we have sunshine and blue skies and luckily no rain. Just come out to the field to pick up the chickens. We have our processor coming at the house. He needs power and water. We don't have that out here in the field. So we're going to pick up the chickens, and we had the idea to go ahead and load them in the trailer thanks to another homesteader who did the same idea, and we thought we'd repeat it too. So we're going to load them in the trailer, pull them around to the house, and then we'll just be able to pull them off the trailer one by one as we need them.
Froze.
Yikes.
Get this tarp on the trailer here. I'm just going to go ahead and peel it back. It's super windy today, so we're kind of fighting the wind, but I'm just going to peel it back a little bit and then start to load up some chickens. And we've got some nice dry mulch in the bottom of there.
Are we ready? Dad's glasses.
Well, thanks to all the help that we had today, we were able to get all the chickens loaded in just about 30 minutes. We have 112 chickens we're butchering today, and they all fit in our trailer that we're towing behind our car. We decided to go ahead and put a tarp on top and strap it down because it was such a windy day. We didn't want any of the chickens popping out on the ride back to the house. Just as we got settled in at the house and got the trailer situated, Caleb arrived with his butchering truck. This is somebody local that we can call on who brings a mobile butchering operation out to the house. Instead of investing in all this equipment, we have somebody come out and do this in just a few hours, and we have very little cleanup. It's easy and fast. He really does a great job for us, and we're grateful. Truly everything that's needed to be able to take care of butchering our chickens is located on this trailer. We simply provide him with an electric line and a water line from our hose. He has a propane heater right here on the truck, so he can go straight from culling the chicken in the cone, moving it over to the hot dip, then over to the defeathering station, and then they put the chickens behind that curtain onto a table to go ahead and take care of the evisceration for us. All we have to do is get them loaded into these crates so that they can get them more easily when they're ready to start the butchering process, and we don't have to be there handing them chicken one by one. So they'll go into here, I think about 10 fit in one crate, and we'll just set them up on the edge of the truck so he has them available as he needs them. Okay, so I just wanted to take a moment to pause to let you know that we're about to show the part of the video that you probably expected would be coming for a video labeled Chicken Butchering Day. But I wanted to take a moment to pause just to let you know that we are not going to show the actual slaughter itself, but you will see everything else from that step forward. And I want to take a moment to first of all, let you know how grateful we are to somebody as hardworking as Caleb, that he can come in here and spend a couple of hours for a very fair price to do a job that would probably take us all day long. So we're grateful for that. But in addition to that, I wanted to talk a moment about food source. I understand that not everybody's a meat eater, and that's okay. Our family is, and if we're going to eat meat, we want to make sure that we're choosing to either raise the meat or buy meat locally that's raised in a healthier way. And we know that these chickens had a very healthy life and therefore will provide us with very healthy nourishment. And I want to take you through this video for butchering, and I hope you'll join me for the next one as well, where we show you how we break down our chickens, what we do with them, and then I'll even go further and make another video about what I do with, I'll use every bit of this bird. I'm going to use the carcass and the bones to go ahead and make some stock, and how we use that for future recipes as well. So I just want to take a pause and let you know about that, and we'll continue on with the rest of the video from here. So the chickens will stop bleeding about 15 seconds or so after they've been killed. They're left to rest in these cones for a few minutes before they're moved over to the scalder. That's a 150-degree water bath, and they spend about 45 seconds or so in there. rotating around in those paddles until they're moved over to the plucker. You'll notice some bubbles in that scalder, and that is because this particular breed of chicken is a little oily, and that helps cut down on some of the grease that accumulates inside of the scalder. It also makes it much easier for the paddles to move around without so much surface tension. So they go over to the plucker, rubber fingers inside the plucker as they go around, pick the feathers off, and you'll actually see the cascade of feathers coming down onto the floor. We'll sweep those up later. When they're finished in the plucker, that'll take about a minute. He'll turn this off and move them over to the table, where step one is to remove the feet, and we do save those for making stock. And then he takes off the tail feathers, moves it to the second station where they're eviscerated and put onto ice and saved until we're ready to pack them up. All right, after getting them all packed up into coolers, we count these out for our friends and neighbors who buy in and share this process with us. So we just want to take them to the weigh station, also known as a bucket on a digital scale in my garage, where we can weigh them to make sure that we have our average weights recorded. We average about 5 pounds 6 ounces on this batch, 112 chickens with an average weight of 5 pounds 6 ounces.
7.34. Wow, winner, chicken dinner. Not a lot, no. That's good. All right. All right, for the chickens that we're not breaking down, that we're freezing whole, we're going to go ahead and bag these up. And this is a bag that we purchased online that seals around the chicken when you dip it in boiling water. So we'll start first by weighing our chickens. We put a clean bag inside the bucket here so that we can make sure that we keep them clean. And we're hanging from a digital scale. So after we've drained the chicken, we're just going to put it into the bucket and go ahead and get a weight.
5.17.
We're going to record that weight and then make a sticker that matches that weight, so we can put it on the bag and keep it. So in the bag it goes. You're going to push as much air out as you can while you have it dry. Zip tie it, and then in the boiling water it goes for just like, 10 seconds until it seals. But it won't seal unless you put a little pinhole in it. So we just put a little pinhole in the bag, and then the air will bubble right out of it. We're going to dry it off just to get the sticker to stick, and the sticker goes right over top of wherever you pierced your hole, and that's ready to go to the freezer.